Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mispriced Product Alert. Today I will talk about the September futures contract on BitMEX. Please give me a thumbs up and have a look at the links in the description below, which will save you some money on trading fees. So the futures contract on BitMEX expiring in September is significantly lower than the futures contract everywhere else. So on Kraken futures, on FTX, on Deribit, Huobi, Okex, and BitC, this contract is traded around $50 above the price on BitMEX, actually up to almost $70 cheaper than on Kraken futures. That creates an opportunity if you want to go long crypto rather than going long swap or options or any other product or even futures on the other exchange. Just go long on BitMEX. This also creates an arbitrage opportunity. You can short Kraken futures, long BitMEX futures, wait until the end of September, and then collect free money. It's like almost risk-free money, and it could require some rebalancing. It's not a massive difference, so I don't think it is a viable trade to short Kraken futures and long BitMEX. But certainly if you're going long BitMEX, September future is the contract you should consider. Now, why is the BitMEX an outlier? Why is BitMEX mispriced, not everything else? Well, BitMEX does the biggest volume, arguably the biggest real volume. That's thanks to its XBT USD swap, which mimics a spot exchange. However, the biggest volume on the futures is on Okex. So Okex has always been focused on the futures and only recently on the swap, while BitMEX has almost always been focused on the swap, and that was a good decision for them. So Okex does bigger volume in futures, and we can bring up the volume ladder, and you can see that the volume on this quarterly futures contract is absolutely massive, while the volume on this tiny BitMEX futures contract is rather pathetic. So that's another indicator why this is the real price and this is not. Now, why is this the case? Because that's usually very important. I think that the reason for BitMEX trading lower than everywhere else is that BitMEX is different to these other exchanges. It has this massive insurance fund. So if the exchange runs into trouble, if there is a hack, if there is regulatory fine, a really big one, if exchange loses funds in some other way, the creditors have claim to this big insurance fund, while if you trade on any other exchange, these funds are essentially gone. So that's why big entities, especially the ones which pay a lot of attention to the risks, they pick BitMEX over any other exchange. So we have these big entities which prefer BitMEX, and these big risk-free entities, they invariably pretty much always go short derivatives. That's because derivatives usually trade at a premium, and it is profitable to short derivatives to capture that risk-free premium, to go long spot and then short derivatives. Most of the time this is a viable trade. So here we have it. Big entities prefer BitMEX, and big entities are usually short, and this is why there is a discount, in my opinion. Now this difference between Okex and BitMEX can widen even further. It has been significantly wider at the bottom of this dump, so it has been around $130 between some other exchanges. So while the discount on September futures can continue, at the moment I think this is the best contract to go long in crypto. Thank you very much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment. I do respond to comments, and have a look at the link in the description below. If you open a new account with one of these links, a discount will be applied to the trading fees.